2, 1, and I think we're live. Welcome, everybody. It's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We are keeping you busy over there, and thank you for joining us here on YouTube every Monday. We are live right here on YouTube, hanging out, talking about what is the most important thing in the entire world, which, of course, is a Royal Caribbean cruise. So thank you for joining us here on this Monday. Cruise Addicts is our first chatter in. Hello and welcome to you. Glad to have you joining us here on this Monday. Sharon Stockman is here. Good to see you again here, Sharon. Sophie Burns. Hello, Sophie. Welcome as well. I got some good friends joining us already today. Prodigy's in the house. Chance is here. Giovanni is here. Hello, Giovanni. Glenn is here. Hello, Glenn. Hello, Sean. Hello, Crispy Cringe. Hello, Jocelyn. Jenny and Chris. Ken Lesko is here. Devin, Robert Ranelli, what's up, buddy? Welcome, powerful female, hello. Kathy, Melissa, Lloyd, Tim Bracken, Karen Hart is here. Nothing but sports, hello. Step says versus Step Bro, welcome. They want to know, am I going to be on a cruising this year? I hope so. I don't know that it'll happen, but I hope so. I actually have nothing booked currently for the rest of the year. Everything I did have booked was canceled, but if cruises do resume this year, I will book something for sure. So, Bill Coco, hello and welcome. Glad to have you here. Happy Monday to you. Go Van True is here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Pam Morton. Hello, Dale. Hello, Tom Hernandez. Craig Tannenbaum in the house. Barbara Dudley, first time live. Welcome, Barbara. Glad to have you here. My name is Matt. I am from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we're hanging out answering all your cruise questions today. Brett is here. What's up, Brett? Welcome. Monty Love, good evening. And holy moly, a giant super chat to start us off with. Sharon Stockman. Woo! Thank you, Sharon. Sharon writes, can't wait to board to try out the new E-Muster. Will be so much better. Have you guys seen that? Yeah, on Friday, Royal Caribbean announced E-Muster. I think they're calling it Muster 2.0, whatever you want to call it. It's a new approach to the muster drill. No more standing in line. No more hot afternoons out there thinking, is this done yet? Nope, they're redoing the whole thing using technology. It looks amazing. Can't wait for that. And I agree, Sharon. I've never been so excited for muster drill before, right? Yeah. And we posted some new blog. Actually, there's a new one up today about the Muster 2.0 / E-Muster, whatever you want to call it, in which there's Royal Caribbean filed a patent with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, and there's 9 pages of just details and explanations, and I went through those details to find 6 interesting facts. It's over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Sharon Holdgrafer in the house, stuck at work. I'm sorry to hear that, but at least you get to hang out here and talk some Royal Caribbean, right? Robert Jaworski, good day, mate. Welcome, Gina, your first live. You said I made my first love finally. I mean, listen, I know we had a moment, Gina, but glad to have you here live on YouTube. Welcome, Don Goldstein, Commander. Good to see you, as always. Dennis Ormond, welcome. And yeah, the new muster sounds really great, Dennis. And I agree with Dennis. You know, there are some things that in this day and age of just bad news after bad news, it's so nice to see something that has just universally been so well received. I love this idea. So yeah, I'm down with that. Kim Oakland, so glad to read about the E-Muster, right? It looks amazing. Yeah. Chip Gaines from a wet East Orlando. I think got all the rain that we had about an hour ago. So good luck with that one. Bobby and Christy are here. We got Dave Rogers from Houston, Texas. Welcome. Nothing but sports. Any new updates about Wonder of the Seas? Just that she's delayed. There was that announcement that came out, what was it, a week ago? Or maybe 2 weeks ago now at this point. In which, yeah, she's delayed until further notice. No other updates beyond that. So, besides that, it's just, she's, just like Odyssey of the Seas, delayed. And I think really once cruises actually resumes, we'll get more information. Melissa Hayes is your first time live. Welcome. Always glad to have some new friends joining us here. We have some great people in here. Melissa and everyone else that's new. We got some great folks in here, whether it's Kim Oakland or Sharon or Chip or Dave. It's a great community here, so I think you're going to find yourself right at home. Stephen McGinley writes, with the changes in muster drill, are there any changes you would think will happen for embarkation, disembarkation? I mean, the answer is almost certainly yes. I think there's going to be some changes we can probably guess at. Staggered embarkation, meaning right now, or I don't say right now, but previously embarkation was kind of like, whenever you showed up, and whenever you showed up, you do check in and get on the ship. I think they're going to want to try to spread people out more. So the boarding times, number one, may actually be enforced, and number two, boarding will take longer. In addition to that, you're going to have almost certainly temperature checks when you arrive on, even before you get to the cruise terminal. I think there's going to be a lot of other protocols related to embarkation and disembarkation. So, yeah, Stephen, I can totally see that there's going to be more changes coming. And that's part of the Healthy Sail panel, which Roelke really announced. That's the group, blue ribbon panel, really, of people who are going to come up with all these rules and things right there. So, let's see here. Jenners, hello and welcome. Billy writes, how long do you think Wonder of the Seas will be over in the Orient before the reposition in the U.S.? Honestly, Billy, at this point, it's hard to say because we're talking now about a ship that is indefinitely delayed. And when it comes to that, really and truly, you're talking about like so many steps down the line that, if I were to take my magic 8-ball and look at it, the answer to your question would be unclear, ask again later. And by later, I mean maybe a year or two from now. So, Andy says, me thinks a lot of lessons on such will be learned from Germany. Yeah, did you guys see that? So over the weekend, TUI Cruises, which is a German cruise line, resumed operations. And they did a short sailing, 3-nighter, and TUI Cruises is owned, 50% of it is owned by Royal Caribbean. So kind of interesting to see how they go about it. Sharon Stockman with another super chat. Wow! Thank you, Sharon. Hedging my bet, have a Christmas cruise booked this year and next year. Since I don't know if it'll happen, went ahead and booked a second week, the week before Christmas next year, Beth at MEI Travel. Wow! First of all, Sharon, thank you for supporting... No, let me start over. Sharon, first of all, thank you for your generosity. Second of all, thank you for supporting our sponsor. And third of all, I like your thought process right there. Hedge your bets, right? Come up with a good contingency plan accordingly, and let the dice fall where they may, if that's the metaphor. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. Going ahead and booking the second week, the week before Christmas next year. Like you say, just it's the safe way to do it. And we got back-to-back super chats coming in right now. Gary Miola in the house. Hello, Gary. Hi, Matt. Here is a virtual Kraken shot to start off the live stream. How'd you know I like Kraken, Gary? Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. And Cruise Addicts with their own super chat wants to know when they resume cruising and they need to reduce capacity, do you think they'll randomly cancel people's reservations or give you a choice? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I think at the very least, number one, I don't think many sailings are really sold out at this point. So what they're probably going to do at the beginning is put an artificial limit on the amount of reservations that can be booked. Cruise Addicts. So that's to be number one. Now, if there's a situation where their ship is quote-unquote oversold in that regard, I could see them, there's a number of possibilities there. Certainly, Royal Caribbean has encountered oversold situations. Usually, they try to incentivize somebody like, says, Gary Miola, you're booked on this cruise, but, unfortunately, there's no room. We can offer you maybe an upgrade on this sailing or onboard credit on this sailing or, incentivize them to move out before, forcing them out. You'd be surprised how flexible some people can be. But to that point, Cruise Addicts, I expect there will be a policy related to that when Royal Caribbean announces it. But I think also when cruising does resume, you're going to see artificial limits there, at least in the beginning. Church Planting Catalyst. I love the names on here. Does it help for us to submit ideas to the CDC link you have on Royal Caribbean blog? More the better. I don't think it hurts at all, Church. I was talking yesterday to some of the top tier insiders about this exact topic and does it matter? Because that's a really good question. So if you're not aware, last week the CDC asked the general public for feedback on basically kind of like commenting on the state of cruising and how it should resume and a variety of other factors, if you will. And it's kind of an open. It reminds me a lot. I've used this metaphor a lot, but it's like when there's a liquor license, a new liquor license is offered, and they put the local town will put a little ad in the newspaper, like, hey, if you have any comments about this person, let us know. That's kind of what it's like. I don't know, honestly. I don't think it'll hurt though. I don't think it'll hurt. I think it got nothing to do, everything to gain by doing it. So absolutely. Susan Westfall with a super chat. Susan writes, thanks for keeping us up to date on the cruising situation. Thank you, Susan. Always a pleasure to have you in here. Thank you for your generosity. And happy to do so. I was busy today. My fingers, man, I don't know if you guys can smell the smoke, but they were coming. Yeah, 4 new blog posts at roelkeblog.com. Recorded a new podcast episode out today. Yeah. Annette Jackson is here. Annette, happy belated anniversary. 5 years ago yesterday, Annette got married on Freedom of the Seas, and I was there. And let me tell you something, Annette. I wish we could go back and celebrate on board Freedom. Man, missed that, but that's such a great time. Good to see you in here, Annette, as always. Brogan here. Can't wait to cruise again. Aristotle says, I hope the Odyssey won't get extended again. Was booking for November. Now I want to book for Europe next summer. I would say this, Aristotle. When it comes to new cruise ships, whether it's Royal Caribbean or any cruise line for that matter, the longer this goes, the longer cruising does not resume, the worse the chances of there not being, the worse the chances of the ship launching as it currently is scheduled. New ships require quite a bit of media coverage, and that's what they want. So the last thing they're going to do is launch a cruise ship in the middle of a pandemic. So it would be like, what happens if a cruise ship launches and nobody's there to notice it kind of situation. So I think, honestly, the longer this goes, the worse your chances of that. So I hate to say it. Dorothy Hooper with the super chat. Thank you, Dorothy. Dorothy writes, Matt, how do you think Royal Caribbean will do social distancing in the elevators? You know, there's an interesting photo, Dorothy, I saw. Did I post that on the blog, or was that somewhere else I saw that? I don't know if it was TUI or another cruise line, but in the elevators, they put lines down the middle of it. It was like it was basically a plus sign or an X, depending on your perspective, I suppose. And they're only you can only stand in like one corner of the elevator. At the very least, it's going to mean, I don't have it's not on Royal Caribbean. I must have seen somewhere else. I think they're obviously going to limit it. They're gonna instill, like, you're not going to be packing that thing in there like you used to be able to do that, Dorothy. I think really it's going to be only a couple people, which is going to mean long waits for the elevator. Yeah, but what's your alternative, right? It's the only thing they really can do. But that's a guess, Dorothy. We'll have to wait and see when the Healthy Sail panel comes out with their recommendations. Devin, hello and welcome. Glad to see you here, Devin. Sherry is here from Sunset Travel. Welcome, Sherry. Glad to see you here. And Jordan, and where you been hiding down under? Welcome. Sarah Baker is here. I got all our friends joining us here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Carlos, what are your top 3 places to eat on Oasis of the Seas? Oh my goodness. I'm going to go number 1 is Izumi Hibachi. Number 2, I'm going to go with Portside Barbecue. And number 3, I will go with Giovanni's. That'd be my choices right there. Now that Sabor's not there, it's a little bit easier for me to choose. Next question is from CPATVing. I saw Explorer is going to sail several 9-nighters from Galveston. So excited. Wish they would have done something like this out of Galveston before. I know a lot of people who traditionally cruise out of Galveston have been clamoring for something like that. More varied itineraries. Because Galveston, when it comes to Royal Caribbean cruises, is almost always 7-night Western Caribbean sailings to Cozumel, Belize, Roatan, maybe Costa Maya, maybe, Progresso. But you're really talking about those 4 or 5 ports and not much other kind of variety. Even going east is not really a thing of there. But hey, if we get more opportunity, absolutely. Let's see here. Smitty City, my cruise was canceled in April. We opted for the 125% cruise credit, but yesterday I decided to request a refund instead. I just don't have much faith in being able to enjoy a cruise in 21. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, it's your money. I don't think you're right or wrong on that one. I don't blame you, certainly. The thing with cruising, and this is the thing that at least makes me feel a little bit better about this whole situation, is that no matter what you book, I'm going to go back to what Sharon Stockman said a little earlier about hedging her bets. I think it's a great point. You book a cruise for 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now. Listen, as long as this pandemic is going on, as long as the cruises are shut down, Royal Caribbean, is going to give you opportunities and options to cancel, postpone, defer. Things like lift and shift, these future cruise credits, they're not going anywhere, guys. They're not going anywhere because it works it's been a home run for both guests and cruise line. So, yeah, absolutely. Tony Diaz, take the stairs to burn off all that delicious food. Absolutely. Or just take it easy, it's one thing to take the stairs, 3 or 4 or 5 decks. It's kind of, when you get back on the ship after a shore excursion, and you have to go up to deck 11, deck 11 if you're on Anthem of the Seas. It's kind of hike, but you got to take your time. You make pit stops along the way. So I don't blame you. Carol, hello, welcome. Jenners, if a cruise is canceled and you choose the 125% future cruise credit, you get port fees and taxes back. yes, the port fees and taxes are refunded to you. Jan Fagan is here. What's up, Jan? Do you think the new Giovannis will eventually replace Sorrentos? No, I don't think so. I think they're mutually exclusive. Yes, they do both serve Italian. Yes, they both serve pizza, not primarily, but they both feature pizza. But I don't think there's a replacement. Sorrento's is it's quick service. It's grab and go. It's, I just want something, a quick snack to go with my soda or whatever. Whereas Giovanni's is always going to be a sit-down restaurant. Regardless if they sell pizza or not, I just can't see it occurring. Not to mention the logistics that Sorrento's is on the promenade and Giovanni's is elsewhere on the ship. So, Jim Reed, welcome. I don't know why YouTube flagged his comment, right? He wrote, "Hey Matt, happy Monday," and had a little cruise ship emote. I don't know why that would be a problem. Joette, you notice that Alf stole the sunglasses. Wow, you are paying attention or extremely bored with anything I'm doing. We're like, what's going on in the background there? Yeah, I did move them around. That's funny you noticed that. Nothing but sports. Do you think they should update Alert and make it like Oasis or keep it the same? Well, they were going to do that. I mean, the answer is yes. That was the plan up until the whole pandemic, and then that kind of, they put the kibosh on that because they just ran out of money. They can't afford to do something like that. Eventually, they will. They say their plan is to be able to do that again. But I think absolutely. I mean, listen, the rail amplification has been a major home run for the cruise line. It has been very well received. Guests love the changes to these ships, whether we're talking about Mariner, Navigator, Independence, Freedom, Oasis. Oasis is by far, I think, probably now the best amplification, building on the what used to be the two best ones before that, which were Mariner and Navigator. But yeah, it's crazy good, I should say. Winnie Castillo, can I lift and shift my 7-day with 3 ports to a 7-day with 4 ports and just pay the additional port fees? Yes. As long as it's a 7-night cruise, Whitney, same itinerary. That's important. Or same length of cruise, I should say. Same type of itinerary. You're good to go there. So if you're doing Eastern Caribbean to Eastern Caribbean and there's an extra port there, that does not matter. Beth, I saw pictures of Anthem in dry dock on Facebook. Is it just a paint job? Yeah, Anthem is, I haven't seen those photos actually, so you're one step ahead of me. But Anthem is just getting, it's maintenance work. Every 5 years, Beth, cruise ships go in for work, and that's what Anthem is theoretically getting right there. So, Trina, wait, Explorer scheduled out of Galveston? Yeah, check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. You can go to Royal Caribbean's website and book something over there. But yeah, there's some options there as well. Carlos, with social distancing still going on, have you heard if the Coke freestyle machines will be operating or not once cruising resumes? No, the answer is we don't know, Carlos. Royal Caribbean has not announced any new policies yet. When the new Healthy Sail Panel announces their policies, which the first set is scheduled to be about a month from now, the end of August, so figure just about a month from now or less, we will be hearing the first set of policies from the Healthy Sail Panel, which may address things like that situation, Carlos. Jim Reed just booked a 5-night. Thoughts on doing the Chops Plus 1 versus full-on dining package? You like the main dining room. If you like the dining room, do the Chops Plus 1. I mean, the reason why you'd want to do the full dining is because you want to just eat specialty dining, which, let me tell you something, Jim. I love the main dining room. I also love specialty restaurants. So I've done both. But if you're saying, Matt, I really want to eat in the dining room and have specialty dining, Chops Plus 1 is a really good idea because it allows you to eat, obviously, 2 of your 5 nights in specialty dining, and the other 3 you can enjoy in the main dining room. So, from that standpoint, absolutely. CPA TVing, I'll sail on any Royal Caribbean ship, but have you been on Explorer? What's your thoughts? Yes, I went on Explorer in 2018 to Alaska. It's a Voyager class ship. Love the Voyager class. Great ship. Next question is from, well, first of all, we're going to say hello to Amanda Caffey. Hello, Amanda. So excited for Oasis holiday cruise end of November. I really hope you get to go on that cruise, Amanda. Sounds amazing. And Oasis, fantastic. You'll love it. Do you like how they redid the bridge on Oasis, and do you think when they amplify Allure, they'll do the same? They should add it. Yes and yes to both questions right there. Carlos, you are very welcome. Suzanne Turner, hello. Kyle, thoughts on Allure of the Seas? Love it. I mean, Oasis class ship, you really can't go wrong there. And guys, I'm seeing a lot of questions, which is totally fine, about, opinions on ships. Liberty of the Seas, Allure of the Seas. Guys, there's not one Royal Caribbean ship I do not recommend. I think they're all great. Really and truly, the question you should be asking is not, Matt, what do you think of this ship? I'm going to tell you the same thing. I love the ship. It's a great ship. The question you really should be asking, and this is really of yourself, not so much me, is what do you want on a cruise ship? What are you looking for on a cruise ship? And does that ship offer it for you? As an example, Do you want a cruise ship that has water slides? Because if you do, well, Oasis has that, Harmony has that, Symphony has that, but not Allure, not yet anyway. So, is that important to you? Maybe, maybe not. Are you looking on Explorer of the Seas? Well, Explorer hasn't been amplified yet, so she doesn't have the features you see on Mariner or Navigator. Does that matter to you? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. These are the kind of conversations you've really got to talk about, because there is not one ship in the fleet I do not recommend. What I always tell people, and this is really important, is to understand what the ship offers, what it doesn't offer, and then figure out, is that okay for you? Because whether you're selling on Majesty of the Seas, or Oasis of the Seas, or Brilliance of the Seas, or Freedom of the Seas, the bottom line is they all offer a little something different. There's a core Royal Caribbean DNA to them, and they certainly do a great job, and you'll have a great time. But again, if you're looking for a Royal Promenade, if you're looking for a Flow Rider, if you're looking for full Broadway shows, well, I hate to say it, but my beloved Brilliance of the Seas doesn't cut the cheese on that one, So, hopefully that answers your question there. Did a blog post last week about what is the best Royal Caribbean ship, and kind of talked about, if the answer is it depends. You can't just write a blog post. Where I should just do a blog post on April Fools. Next year, guys, April Fool's Day. My blog posts are all going to be like one sentence. Like, what's the best Royal Caribbean ship? It depends. Should I get the drink package? Maybe. That'll be the whole blog post. Anyway. Let's see here. Back to the questions. Suzanne Turner, hello and welcome. Excuse me. Sorry for coughing on mic. Wendy, are you going to book the first cruise available when Royal is cleared to sail again? Yes, I intend to. Unless it's in China, then no. Whitney, Royal has a 7-day sailing on Harmony December 19th, but it doesn't say holiday cruise. 7 nights. That should be right. I don't know. I can't answer that. It does sail over Christmas, right? Brogan, as TUI Cruises has started doing cruises out of nowhere out of Germany, do you think Royal will do the same in Europe, as obviously they can't in America? That's a good question, Brogan. I don't know the answer to that one. I mean, number one, that's a good question, because I was about to tell you, Brogan, of course, itineraries are made, months and months and months and years in advance. I don't know how TUI handled that. Was that always a thing TUI does? Was that something they snuck in there? It's a good question. I don't know the answer to that one. Nothing but sports. What ship has the trampoline park? That would be Mariner of the Seas, Spectrum of the Seas, and Independence of the Seas. Odyssey is supposed to have it as well. Tony Diaz. What's up, Tony? The best ship is the one you're on. Absolutely, friend. Absolutely. That's a great way of putting it, Tony. And that really is the truth. I know it's kind of corny, but it truly is the answer. I mean, they're all great. I get the question a lot. What's the best ship? And listen, we all have our favorites. We all have ships that we think really do a great job, and they got great crew members, great things to do on board. But there's probably someone in our chat right now who thinks, Matt, the best ship in the fleet is Majesty of the Seas. And there's someone else and be like, what? That someone else is my wife, by the way. She hates Majesty. But, it's just, it's just one of those things where it's really going to depend on you and what you're looking for. Holy moly, an epic super chat from Kim Oakland. Woo! Kim, thank you so much. Kim writes, which ships are best for people who just like to chill and relax? I like a lot of activities. My husband likes to chill, read, and smoke the occasional cigar. Oh, man. I mean, they're all great, but I would tell you this, Kim. I think the best ship for you and your husband, then, Radiance class. Brilliance of the Seas, Radiance of the Seas, great ships. That's fantastic. I mean, you can really do that, Kim, on any ship in the fleet. It's not to say you can't do that on Oasis or Allure or any of the ships. It's really just a matter of, listen, if you're saying your favorite kind of day is just waking up, going to the pool, reading, taking a nap, those kinds of things. I mean, I think Radiance class is a great ship. Majesty, fantastic value. The great thing about that, Kim, is when you tell me something like that, you open up so many more possibilities, especially from lower price cruises. If you're willing to give up on, water slides and a full they're still entertainment, don't get me wrong, but, full Broadway shows and, laser tag and, other, those signature activities, you open up the Vision class, the Radiance class. I mean, some of the Voyager class ships still, Explorer of the Seas is a great example of this. But you have a lot of different choices out there. Mark Hunter, what's going on? Welcome. Sarah Baker, is there a way to filter your cruise search on Royal Caribbean's website for just holiday cruises? I don't think so, Sarah. I don't think so. But honestly, your best bet is to just simply select the month of December, and it's fairly easy at that point. You're only going to get a subset of cruising anyway, and you can kind of see the title of it. I'm not sure how helpful that is, but Mercy is here. Hello, Mercy. Terry Gallant says Freedom Class is the best class. And you know what, Terry? What I like, he says, as long as Oasis is just far fewer people, only one open deck. You know, the great thing with the Freedom Class is, and the Voyager class as well, is the value those ships command, because they're still big ships, they're still newer ships, but they price significantly less than the Oasis class or even the Quantum class. So, North of 60 says, what are the small ships in the fleet? I really don't like the Mega Uber. Holy crap, that's big ships. That would be Empress of the Seas, Majesty of the Seas, and the Vision class. Rhapsody, Enchantment, Vision of the Seas. Those are the smallest ones we're really talking about. But guys, my favorite small ship is Brilliance. It's a Radiance class ship. It's still a small ship, but there's plenty to do on board. You don't compromise in a lot of regards. So from that standpoint, I really like it. And I think they have the best Solarium, by the way, in the fleet. Robert totally recommends the Radiance class, our favorite ship. Yeah, it is the Radiance class. When I first started getting into cruising, guys, I was like, I started hearing from a lot of established cruisers talking about the Radiance class. Like, it was almost like a secret. It's not really a secret because obviously they exist. Everyone knows that. But they were like, the Radiance class was introduced at a time right when, it was just big ship after big ship after big ship, right? They came in right around the time of the Freedom class. And then on top of that, you have the Oasis class, the Quantum class, and they get lost in the shuffle a little bit. But they are great ships. There's, 3 or 4 specialty restaurants on board. Great pool deck. I think it's one of the best values out there. Again, assuming you don't mind there's no water slides. Assuming you don't mind there's no full Broadway shows. Assuming you don't mind there's not laser tag or bumper cars or skydiving. For some people, it is okay, guys, if you like that. If you're saying, Matt, I need some of those things you mentioned. Totally fine. Look. You see the advertising behind me here. Granted, the rock climbing was on every ship now, but, some people see this photo right here, and they're like, listen, that's a cruise ship to me. It's not necessarily you're going to ride the zip line all day, but the zip line, the Aqua Theater, you've got, Sabor, may she rest in peace, although she's still down there on Alert of the Seas. The basketball court, they want tons of activities, overwhelming amount of activities, because to them, and this, I kind of agree on this. I like having choice. Variety is the spice of life. And sometimes you want to ride the zip line. Other times you want to take 2 naps in a day. And you can do that on that kind of a ship. So, Adrian, what's the best spot on Harmony of the Seas? Oh, man. Listen, Central Park at night in the evening. Love that place. Amazing. Yeah, really, really nice. Donna, do you think they'll give casino rates when they come back? Yeah, casino's got to make money anyway. So they're definitely going to want to get those people back in there, right? So, I think so. Suzanne Turner, will room service charges go up? I'm not sure they'll go up immediately when cruising resumes. Eventually all prices go up, but I'm not aware, Suzanne, of any plans one way or another. Let's put it that way. Lori, if I want to cruise alone, how hard is it to get one of the single cabins? It's actually pretty hard, Lori. But here's what I'm going to tell you, Lori. Number one, yeah, you should look for them. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to look really far in advance for them. They're very few of them. So even if you're only competing with a dozen people or so, well, that's all the rooms on the ship. So that's number one. But number two, Lori, when you're looking at pricing, this is a trick I tell people a lot. Don't just put in, one person, because you're going to get one set of pricing for one person. But in a lot of cases, Lori, even if you're cruising by yourself, put it down for 2 people. As long as you have a fake person on second as the number 2 on the reservation, in a lot of cases, it's cheaper than if you put down just one person, solo room or not. So keep that in mind when you're looking for pricing. Kyle, any news on what they're doing with the Windjammer? Nothing more than we reported, Kyle, about, a month ago or so, when the head of Royal Caribbean Dining said the Windjammer will be there. Maybe some changes, but we don't have the specific changes that they're making to it. That's what you're asking, but it'll be there. Tukes, Vegas. What's up, Tukes? Does any Royal Caribbean ship do the drink steward in the main dining room anymore? Yeah, they've been playing with it. The answer is yes. So, on some ships, it is still like you got your waiter, your assistant waiter, and the drinks dude, the guy who only does alcoholic beverages, right? On other ships, they have the assistant waiter doing them. They've been kind of playing with both. There's pros and cons to it, right? It's kind of one of those. I think they're trying to find a balance. I don't think they quite found that yet. Emily, best cruise lines for LGBTQ. They're all really great. Royal Caribbean does a great job with that. There's usually events every day related just for that, for LGBTQ guests. Does special meetups, and it's specified in the cruise planner. I'm not sure that the Royal Caribbean, I mean, you asked for best cruise line, and Royal Caribbean, I think, does a great job with it. I'm obviously, I have not attended these events, but I can tell you from friends that have told me they are very satisfied with what Royal Caribbean does. So I would say Royal Caribbean. I'm very biased, of course. Ahmed, what's up, dude? Always enjoy seeing you. Please keep it up. Quick question. How many months do you think Royal Caribbean can handle the financial loss? Good question, Ahmed. At the very least, and this is already outdated information, but at the very least, they'll have enough money, assuming they make no more money, no revenue. They got money until at least early next summer to be able to stay afloat. They've taken out a number of loans, refinanced some things, looked under all the seat cushions. They've got money on hand now, cash on hand now, to get them at least through, I would estimate, June of next year. But of course, that assumes zero revenue, and they are making some money, and people are still booking and whatnot. And, you know, if cruises do resume elsewhere in the world, that extends them. There's a lot of moving parts there that can still, not every string has been pulled. But again, that's at the very least. Let's characterize it that way. Still hopeful for my group cruise with Alana on January 24th on Explore the Sea. Sherry, I hope that happens. I mean, listen, number one, I just want cruising to resume. Number two, man, that sounds like an awesome cruise. I mean, you guys know I love Alana. I've been on her YouTube channel with her and Raphael a couple times, and they do a great job. And I hope, Sherry, that cruise happens, because that would be amazing. What cruise ship do you think Royal will let go of next? Good question. I don't know. I mean, technically, Royal has not let go of any ships. Not a Royal Caribbean International. See, this is the problem when we use the word Royal Caribbean. Are we talking about Royal Caribbean International? Are we talking about Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited? But I would say that if you're talking about which ships are likely to go, well, it's probably going to be, you know, Empress and Majesty before Oasis, if that's your question. Tim Gallagher, yo! Kim Oakland, are the drink package costs higher for European cruises than the ones out of American ports? No. The drink I mean, as you know, Kim, the drink package varies from sailing to sailing, ship to ship. I will tell you that if you buy in Europe, you may have to pay a VAT on top of it. But the problem is actually Royal Caribbean's drink prices are better than on land because a lot of times when you go to these various ports, it's very expensive in these places. So it's the opposite of the Caribbean. North of 60, the Royal Caribbean Group, right? Well, they technically you're right and I'm right. They haven't quite abandoned Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited, but yeah, Royal Caribbean Group. But it's still I don't think it solves the problem, which is that when I say Royal Caribbean and most people say Royal Caribbean, I mean, honestly, there's some people who think, oh, Royal Caribbean International, like, you know, blank of the seas, and there's some people who think, no, Royal Caribbean, like, you know, Celebrity, Royal Caribbean International, Azamara, etc. But for purposes here, we're talking about Royal Caribbean International. And next question, Jimmy Riviera. I'm scheduled to cruise Royal Caribbean ship November 21st. What are your thoughts? Will they cancel likely? Honestly, dude, we don't know, Jimmy. There's a great website that I am sure someone's going to post in our chat right now that is called willmycruisehappen.com, Jimmy. And it's a blog post I wrote. It goes to royalcaribbeanblog.com, but it goes right to a blog post about why we really don't know. No one can answer your question. I know it's not the answer you're looking for, but it's the truth. Kenny K! Funny, I wore that shirt yesterday. Listen, man, this shirt loves to cruise, and since I can't cruise, well, I can at least wear it at home. This is available on the Royal Caribbean shop, by the way, royalcaribbeanblog.shop, S-H-O-P. Check it out. Mr. and Mr. Vlogs, is it really better savings to book a third-party excursion versus excursion booked with Royal Caribbean? Yes, that's a generalization, but mostly true. In some cases, rarely is it ever the opposite, let's put it that way. But in a lot of cases, Mr. and Mr. Vlogs, you gotta remember, Royal Caribbean is the middleman, and middlemen are always gonna take a cut of the action. Whereas sometimes you can find the exact same or very similar tour offered by another company for less money. Now again, I wouldn't only look at price versus price, and sometimes the amount is not significant. Sometimes it's just a couple dollars, you know, and it's like, well, is it really worth it or not? In other cases, yes. And I think in other cases, we're really talking about places like Alaska, Europe. It can be very, very significant because again, you're not only, you know, comparing what Royal Caribbean has to offer, you're also opening yourself up to so many other options and things that are not even available for Royal Caribbean. So from that standpoint, yes, generally speaking, it can be. I think more often than not, it's no worse. Let's put it that way. It's just a matter of, again, you know, who the operator is, what they offer, how reliable they are, reputable they are, and of course, you know, comparing it to what Royal Caribbean has to offer there. So, Sean Janes, let me get this right. It's Sean, but I got that. Janesic? Janazik? I'm sorry, Sean, for mispronouncing your last name. Good evening. Quick questions. If you booked a cruise and paid the deposit, but the cruise was canceled, would you get the deposit back if the deposit was considered non-refundable? Yes. If Royal cancels on you, Sean, yeah, the answer is yes. You get your money back even if it's non-refundable. If you decide, I'm not going to go on this cruise, dude, and you cancel, the answer is no. But hopefully that answers your question. Paul Somerville, what's up, Paul? On your group cruises, do you offer group excursions? We sometimes do. Not every single time, but it depends on the cruise. As an example, Paul, in Alaska, we did not. Why? Because it was just too expensive. So many things going on. Didn't really make sense. But in the Caribbean, we usually do it. We sometimes they're complimentary. Like, we pay it all. Sometimes it's just, a lot of times, Paul, I'm going to call you, sorry, Paul. Sometimes what we do, Paul, is we will heavily subsidize it. We pay like $5 or $10 a person so that it's just like stupidly cheap, but at least it commits you to do it rather than, so we have a better head count. But yeah, for the Caribbean, it tends to happen, but it's not a guarantee. It's not always the same thing every single cruise. So MJ with a super chat. Thank you, MJ. MJ writes, no questions tonight. Hope you are doing well. Currently in Columbus, Ohio. That's a really random place. You go to Vietnam, you go to Alaska, you go to South Korea, you go to China, and Columbus. Well, enjoy beautiful and exotic Columbus, my friend. And Tommy coming in. I don't know what? First of all, it's a big super chat, I think, unless it's like Italian lira. Like Italian lira, or like you can give me like 10,000 Italian lira and it's worth like 5 cents. But Tommy with a big super chat. Tommy, holy moly. Greetings from Sweden. My first cruise ever was on Harmony. I was blown away. Now aiming for spring 2021. The first lava flow is on me when I see ya. Thanks for keeping us updated. Wow. Well, I have no idea how many kroners that is and what that is in dollars. I think it's kroners, right? I don't know. Anyway, Tommy, thank you so much. And my friend, I can't wait. And also, you may or may not know this, Tommy. I'm going to your neck of the woods. Next year, we're doing our next Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise, going to Norway. Going to Norway. My first time in Europe, and I'm going to Norway. I am so excited. You know why, Tommy? Because I don't want to sweat, number one. Number two, Norway, beautiful, amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait, my friend. Let's see here. E. Muster is genius, Tim Gallagher says. Absolutely. Joette says, I wouldn't book on shore excursions right now as you might not get your money back if the cruise is canceled. And to that point, Joette, I would say when it comes to Royal Caribbean, they'll refund your excursions if you can cancel at any time. And if your cruise is canceled, no problem there. There are some excursions that, yes, third parties, you want to make sure the refund policy is good to go. As an example, I've had pretty good luck, except for one, Nachicoco, Mexico. I had booked, and they were like, sorry, our money's ours now. See ya. So, oh well. Terry Cadwaller finally got in here. Love your blog. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. Eddie Hernandez, what is your go-to pre-cruise hotel in Miami? Intercontinental in Miami. Fantastic. Let's see here. Sean, thanks so much for the answer. I really appreciate it. Keep making the vids. My wife and I love watching them. Yeah, guys, I think we're going to do another video this week. You guys, I don't know if you guys caught it. If you haven't, make sure you watch it after this video. But last week, I did my first, non-live video in forever. For the first time in forever, Matt did a video on here. Anyway, sorry, Tony. And I'm hoping to do another video this week for you guys. So it'll be coming out. I hope. My plan is for tomorrow, but who knows what's going to happen out there. But I'm hoping to get more videos out there. I miss doing the videos. It's just that you have to understand, guys, it's a lot of work to do the videos. And in this non-cruising pandemic, YouTube is paying us nothing. I mean, it's just peanuts right now compared to what we were making in, before the pandemic. So it's kind of one of those, where are my efforts best utilized kind of situation. But I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Kobe Huggins with a super chat. Kobe writes, hey, first of all, thank you, Kobe. Have Allure booked for February. Do you think it will sail, and what do you think the cruising experience will look like? Man, I wish I could answer those questions, Kobe, but you may as well have asked me for winning lottery numbers, because the answer to both your questions is we have no idea, my friend. Kobe, I wrote a blog post last week, and if you go to willmycruisehappen.com, I'm serious. willmycruisehappen.com will bring you right to that post. And the answer is nobody knows, Kobe. I mean, there's not enough information and too many variables to be able to answer that question. The first part of your question. The second one, as to what I think the cruising experience will look like, Royal Caribbean, we should have an answer for that by the end of next month, August. We're going to have more details on that. So, Alexis Edwards, good evening. Finally caught alive. I love how many people here joining us for the first time live. Welcome. By the way, if you're first time, never been on here live before, your name is not Robert Jaworski, type new in capital letters so I can say thank you. Or welcome, I should say. Jonesy, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing well. Jeff Leonard, what's up, dude? Is Cruise 2.0 part of the current Royal Caribbean app, or is it a new app that needs to be downloaded? Good question, Jeff. It's part of the current Royal Caribbean app. In fact, Jeff, we posted screenshots a while ago of some of the tests that they're doing. But yeah, it's part of the new app. So it's the same Royal Caribbean app you've been using. You're good to go there. David Rain, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you north of 60. Glad to see you here as well. Candace, welcome. John Cameron, welcome. Janetta Jones, welcome. Carol Sava, I love how many new people are here. Woo! We have another super chat, Bill Coco. Bill, thank you so much, my friend. Heading to Bermuda, June 5th, 2021, on Freedom of the Seas out of New Jersey. What can you tell me about Bermuda and the experiences? Any must-sees? Bermuda is amazingly beautiful. Great spot to visit. I love it. Just went to Bermuda last year, 2019, I should say. That was last year. Yeah. Horseshoe Bay, Bill, is where everybody goes. It's the beach in Bermuda. It's pink sand. It's amazing. You'll love it. That's number one thing to do in Bermuda. Number two thing to do in Bermuda is to go to Hamilton. Not the musical, but it is the place where it happened, where things happen. That's the city of Hamilton. There's shopping. There's dining. It's a very nice place. St. George is also a very popular choice. Bermuda kind of looks like a backwards 3. And you dock at the bottom of the 3. Hamilton's in the middle of the 3. And St. George is at the top of the 3. There's a little more history and culture in St. George, but yeah, hope that makes sense. Joe Perry, welcome. Glad to have you here. Michael Bush, first time live, usually catching you later in the week. Well, Michael, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad so all of you guys are here that are new. We have a great community here. Say hi to Tony Diaz and some of our great friends in here, MJ and Kim and Tommy and Bill, and of course Sharon and Gary. And we got so many great people in here. So make sure you say hello to all of them because they do a really, really great job. And we got a great community. So I hope that I'm glad it's your first live. Don't make it your last. Come join us here. We're live every Monday. So, and Terry Cadwaller, new as well. Hello, Noah Robin. Welcome. Mel Caps. What's going on, Mel? How are you? Haven't talked to you in a while, Mel. Tony Diaz. Here's my super chat. Please don't sing. Tony, you're a good man, my friend. Just for you, I will not sing. I thought about it, but I said, no, I will not sing for you. At least not right now, Tony. 5 minutes from now, whole different ball game. Russell, should I be worried about our cruise being canceled in December? I wouldn't say worried, Russell. I mean, number one, I'd be lying to you, Russell, if I told you there is not a chance it could be canceled. Of course, there's a possibility. There is no Royal Caribbean sailing on the calendar that has a 0% chance of a cruise being canceled. But when you say should I be worried, no, but I wouldn't bet on it with 100% certainty. That's all. I think you gotta plan for your cruise to happen, hope for it to happen, but of course also be ready to, in case something occurs and the cruise is canceled, to make other, backup plans. I'm gonna go right back to what it was Sharon said. Yeah, Sharon, hedge your bets, have a backup plan, whether you're gonna push it off to next year, whether you're gonna push it off to a couple months from, December. Lots of possibilities there. So I hope that makes sense. Brogan, can't wait for the Norway group cruise, brother. It's going to be amazing. Yes. Yes. I like that. Paul said, hit the no sing button, and Tony said he broke it, Paul. Nathan, excited to be able to muster from the stateroom TV or phone. Man, if it's half as good as it sounds, it's going to be really fun. I love the new Muster 2.0, e-Muster. What do you guys think we should call it? What should we call it? Because Royal Caribbean is dubbing it Muster 2.0, which I think is a terrible name, because no one's ever going to call it that. E-Muster, for lack of a better term, is still, I think, and the reason they trademarked e-Muster, but they didn't use e-Muster in their press release. I don't know. I think, what do you guys think? E-Muster? I don't know. Hold on. Brittany Neapolitan with a super chat coming in, going against Tony. Sing your heart out. Ladies and gentlemen, appearing now on the stage, Mr. Matt Hochberg. This one goes out to Tony Diaz in the audience. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. And there's no tenderness when we touch at our fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, Tony. But Tony, I know it. You lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love. All right, I'm stopped. That's it. Linda, when is the Norway group cruise? I would like to go. It is July 2021. More information at royalcaribbeanblog.com/events. I don't know why I get kicking out of this. But some of you guys, everyone's laughing, but some of it is like cringy laughing, and other people will love it. I don't know. Okay, good night, everybody. John Sturgeon, self-guided, self-saving, sale spectacular, or Ian Muster. Brother, I love that. Self-guided, self-saving, sale spectacular. What a great name, right? Charles Turner, I'm all for Ian Muster standing outside in a lounge, not good for the virus. It wasn't enjoyable to begin with. So, and what was incredible, and this is what I posted at royalcaribbeanblog.com, Ian Muster was created before COVID. It was created in September. So it wasn't like we assumed that it this is from COVID-19, but actually it's not. Pam Curtis Davey with the super chat. And Pam is rolling around. It's the ROFL, rolling out. Yeah, you guys get it. She's laughing out loud right there, rolling on the ground. I love it. Just Devin, will you stop singing? Listen, man, I think Tony Diaz already is petitioning YouTube to have a mute button on there. Jan Fagan, I don't know. Looks like Brad Pitt sings like Tom Cruise, right? In my head, Jan, it's the scene from Top Gun, but I have a feeling you guys are hearing something totally different. Oh, goodness. All right, back to your questions, guys. Sorry, we got a little sidetracked there. But thank you to Brittany. I really appreciate it. It's always good for fun, Brittany, so I appreciate that. Tinkerbell, first time watching you live. Welcome. Love watching you and getting so much useful information. I like when call out names reminds you of Romper Room. Wow, that's before my time. But listen, Tinkerbell, I gotta tell, first of all, welcome. Second of all, I think it's important. You guys are here. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the, I know this video is being recorded and people will watch it later on, but truly, I do these live videos for you guys to hang out with you. I enjoy it. It's fun, good information that we're sharing out there. But absolutely, this is why when people are new here, and I say welcome, and I hope this is not your first and only live joining us, because we got a great community in here, and sooner or later you're going to be one of the regulars. You mean MJ around here? Terry says you've lost that muster feeling. Whoa, that muster feeling. You've lost it, muster feeling, and it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, baby. I used to stand around with you. And I would only watch you put on the life jacket. All right, that's enough. Matt sings because he can't say hashtag sorry, Tony, right? Remember the good old days, Tony, where I would just razz you, be like, hey, I'm going on a cruise in a couple weeks, and Tony would get upset about that. Now, it's just nothing but singing. Nathan, I love these live videos. So many running jokes. Hey, that's what makes it fun, right? Pam, Norway is the same week as the British Open, going before we leave. Oh, wow, cool. I didn't realize that. More than a feeling that must... There you go, Steven. Sorry, Steven. Jeez, Louise. And Chow Diva, love your life. Well, thank you, Chow Diva. Really appreciate that. Matt needs a Kraken. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Devin, if I had to pick between the muster drill and Matt singing, I'd pull up a chair to watch Matt shows. Thank you. I think. I'm not sure. Pat, I love it, guys. You guys this is, again, appreciate you being here. It's, listen, we're all dealing with a lot of things in life, work, being stuck at home, everyone's got their own things to deal with. But At the end of the day, I'm really glad that you guys are joining me here on YouTube. We get to hang out. This is kind of our time, you know. It's like a club meeting, and everyone's invited. You know, that's what makes it so much fun. How many shots before the show? 0. I don't think I've ever done a YouTube live with any alcohol in my system. Maybe on a cruise ship. Maybe I lied about that, but not for here. No, this is just. I talk Royal Caribbean. If we were going to talk about, if we were going to talk about, I don't know, anything else, you know, I'd be like, there would be no emotion. I'd be like, yeah, I guess, Tony, whatever you want to say about that, I guess. I probably agree. It's not, you know, like, it's just cruising that gets me excited. Carlos, when will you be singing on the stage and what shift? Gosh, they would be booing me out of the building. Gloria would love to know if you are polar opposite of your wife. Is she the serious one? Yeah, my wife does not. First of all, my wife would never, ever do a live stream. That's like the last thing she would ever do. I think she'd rather jump out of an airplane. Number one. But yeah, she's a very different person than I am, personality-wise. MJ with another super chat. The people in the cafe are staring at me from your singing. That'll teach you. You gotta get a pair of these, MJ. You gotta get a pair of headphones, or share with the public. Eddie Hernandez, you're the best from Corpus Christi. Hope you're doing well, Eddie. I saw the storm hit you guys over the weekend. Hope everything's all right. Hope it wasn't too bad. Carrie McVeigh, hello. Pub stool and microphone, right? You're very welcome, Robert. You're very welcome. James, shame the group cruise is in July and going on an Alaska cruise in May. Well, it seems to me you'll have plenty of time going to Alaska in May. Norway in July. Let's see here. Anwar, why do you do blogs for Royal Caribbean if you don't work for them? Isn't that illegal copyright laws or something? No. We're just, you know, think of it this way, Anwar. Think of it like, it is. It's a news outlet. We cover what Royal Caribbean does in the same way that, you know, any company covers anything that goes out there. But no. Brittany, going on the ABC cruise in April next year, any must-dos on Freedom of the Seas? It's been about 3 years since my last one. Well, what's interesting, Brittany, is Freedom just got a major refurbishment. So there's a lot of cool things on there. I would say any of the new specialty restaurants you got to check out. Those are really good on there. New water slides, that's a must-do. If you're a flow rider's your thing, that's definitely a big pull right there. So hopefully that makes sense. Kobe, are there any hotels in Miami that offer parking for your cruise when buying for a room for the night? If there are, I don't recommend them, Kobe. Number one, I don't think that's ever a deal. Number two, a lot of the off-site parking in Miami is notorious for break-ins and issues. I don't recommend it. Here's what I would say, Kobe. Get the best possible price for a hotel in Miami that you're comfortable with, you know, that you like the hotel and whatnot, and then just park at the port. Trust me, you will thank me later. What's the best perk Royal Caribbean ever gave me, Paul? It has to be a complimentary cruise, right? The media cruises, when we go on those, which are, you know, before COVID, it was maybe, you know, 2 or 3 a year for new cruise, you know, new ships that arrive or something like that. That's incredible because it's an opportunity to be able to cover it, give you guys, you know, an inside look at what's happening there. It really makes my job, I use it in air quotes, but it really is my job now, you know, a lot easier. But it's work, dude. It's not me sitting around on the pool deck. It is non-stop, start to finish, photos, videos. You know, I know you have no sympathy for me. Certainly Tony Diaz doesn't, but I'm telling you, it is a lot of work. But that is an opportunity because, of course, you know, when there's new ships, new amplifications, you guys want to know what's new, what's different, what's cool, what's not, what, you know, those kinds of things. So that's what's there. But, you know, it's hard to beat that, I would say. Thomas, Royal Caribbean named a new ship Kraken into the seas. Would that be your favorite? I don't know. Look, guys, I love Kraken, but I'm not going to go. I'm not just, you know, any excuse for it, right? I don't work for Royal Caribbean, so I can't give you salary requirements, my friend. You should go to Royal Caribbean's website. So, hello, Sean Perry. Welcome. Beth, we're all just hanging out with our support group. Absolutely true. Absolutely. Tim, can't wait for your first live back on board. Tim, when I get back on board a cruise ship, my friend, not only is it going to be live, I'm going to be live like all the time, man. I'm just going to be going live because you got to like make up for lost time, man. I'm going to go overdrive when that happens. I can't wait for it, you know? Scotty, when cruising resumes, do you think comped cruises will take a long time to come back? Do you mean like casino comped cruises? Because already the casino's already offering those kind of perks there, if that's what you mean, Scotty. Carlos, does Izumi Hibachi qualify for the 3-night dining package? Yes, it does. Yeah, Matt would be grandfather of the ship Kraken of the Seas. That's funny. I love it. Oh, goodness. All right, guys. I think Pat says park at the Miami port. We did. It was easy and convenient. Absolutely. Absolutely. Which bars on board serve Kraken rum? Most of them do. There's very few that don't. The wine bar doesn't. Vintages does not. The Bionic bar does not. But most bars, the pool bars, Schooner Bar, the pub, almost every single one of them has it. So you really got to look for them not to have it right there. Terry, have I done the chef sample? I did the chef sample for the first time on the last cruise I ever did this year. It was a lot of fun. Different experience. It's very in-depth. It will last a long time. It is really 4 or 5 hours, so prepare accordingly. But yeah. All right, guys. Last question today from Jeff Leonard. Trying to get on a group cruise. My cruise schedule is filled up till April 2022, and you just happen to schedule them when I already have a cruise. What do the group cruise dates look like for 2022? Honestly, Jeff, I don't know. Part of it is I think I'm waiting to see what is available, what new options that are there. I can tell you this, Jeff, at the very least. Number one, you know this, Jeff. I got kids. They're getting older. They're in the school system. It's harder for us to do cruises outside of the school calendar. So summer 2022 is a pretty, I won't say safe bet, but there's a good chance of it occurring in that time frame. So I guess if you want to look up Jeff Orange County, Florida public school calendar for 2022, you probably have a good idea of when that is. So, all right, guys. Thanks for joining us here. Really appreciate you joining me here. I gotta say some thank yous before we go, because of course without you guys, it just doesn't happen. So thank you to MJ, thank you Pam, thank you Brittany, thank you Tony, thank you Bill, thank you Kobe, thank you Tommy, thank you MJ again, Kim Oakland, thank you Dorothy, thank you Susan Westfall, thank you Cruise Addicts, thank you Gary Miola, thank you, and Sharon Stockman, thank you so much. And what? Another super chat coming in from Sharon Stockman. Woo! Christmas 2022. You think we should do a group cruise Christmas 2022, huh? Well, listen, calendar-wise, my wife will tell you that absolutely. It's a great idea. Not a bad idea. All right, the wheels of my head. I obviously got to wait for those sailings to come out, Sharon. But hey, I've never done a Christmas cruise before, so maybe 2022 will be the year. Maybe. All right, guys, have a great rest of your week. Stay safe and do something fun. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. See you guys.